A rendezvous in Brussels as Suella Braverman slips into the National Conservatism conference, a genteel name for a two-day huddle for the luminaries of Europe's right and further right, where else but in the city they love to hate. Following the orders of the local mayor, the gathering was to be shut down, albeit with impeccable police manners.
The authorities have decided to shut off the event, and I'm here to signify the decision. So I have the papers here, and I'm here to enforce the decision.
But the conference was allowed to soldier on. For a crackdown, it was a pretty half-hearted affair. Inside, some familiar faces, not used to being at the receiving end of police measures. The former Home Secretary took to the stage and to her speech.
Good afternoon.
It's a great pleasure to be among so many friends here at the National Conservatism conference. And indeed, the radical left's attempts to stop this conference from taking place makes our gathering all the more important and all the more satisfying.
And like a spectre of past Brussels nightmares or jokes, Nigel Farage emerged flush from his speech, holding forth as he does, not in front of his once favourite local pub, but the Istanbul kebab joint.
I'm not going to stay when the police storm the place and get everybody out. I'm not going to get involved in the fight. But they will be closing this down this afternoon. They have a closure order. The police have it already. And, you know, I've experienced cancel culture personally here. I've had, you know, restaurants wouldn't serve me in Brussels in my last days as an MEP, coffee bars. Even the pub I used to use said I couldn't go there anymore.
Tomorrow, the star of the so-called illiberal democracy, friend of Trump and Truss, thorn in the side of Brussels, is due to appear. Viktor Orban of Hungary will mount the stage and thumb his nose at the host city, his supporters praying for a police intervention for sure, but very unlikely to get one. Well, joining me now outside the conference venue in Brussels is our Foreign Affairs correspondent, Porrick O'Brien. So, what's the reaction in Brussels?
There's been condemnation across the board. It's come from Downing Street, it's come from Viktor Orban's office, and it's come crucially from the Belgian Prime Minister, all saying that this was an assault on free speech. Now, we've just heard that the organisers, it seems, are going ahead with the conference at this same location tomorrow again. Now, whether the mayor has caved to pressure from the Belgian Prime Minister or whether the organisers are pushing on regardless is still unclear. But here's the thing. The speakers at this conference, the delegates at this conference, their worldview is that there is a leftist, globalist elite based here in Brussels trying to cancel them, trying to silence them. And if they believe that this morning, they really believe that now. And the mayor who has imposed this temporary ban has given them a gift in terms of reaffirming their compelling narrative. That's the gift he's given them. And he has wrapped it up, Matt, in globalist ribbons.
The irrepressible Porrick, thank you very much indeed from Brussels.